And then I'm going to share my screen.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad I can be of help here. I didn't want to just do.
Well, Renee said always to tell them that ask if they could send me the information, the recording.
Yeah, and there was another lady last couple of weeks, but she's not here today. I think she said she couldn't make it. I think it was one of Renee's uh, um, students as well. Kathy? No, I forget. Anyway, okay, so here's my page. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so this is eliminate the fart odor. I don't know, but it's one of our kiosk offers. At any rate, I know for a fact that there's a page here that I need to back up to my computer so that I'll have a copy because I created this page a couple of weeks ago and didn't ever back it up. And that is
Okay.
under the pets, and it's also this Pet RX page that we have.
Okay.
So the Pet RX is part of the SHG, the Savings Highway Global. I don't know if Renee's had
Oh,
a
it's a
chance.
pretty dog.
Anyway, oh, that's that's my grand dog, and he's laying here. The parents are on vacation, and we always have
Oh,
the
okay.
grand dog here. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. He's a great dog.
Yes, he is. Very
And
pretty.
so anyway, well, let me show you how this goes. So here's the category page for pets and their needs, and
Okay.
pets and their needs. So this is my Labrador. He's laying right next to me
He's
too.
cute.
And so then on the category pages where we have the list of the different offers within that page, right? Within that category.
Right.
So as long as you
Right.
understand that, so here's my link that takes them to that page that I was just showing you, Pet RX, on my category page. Now I need to back this
Right.
up because I haven't done it yet. So let me show you how to do that. You can
Okay.
see here, there's quite a bit of content on here. I think it was around 700. Oh, I need to, okay, so Doug is back. Let's see if he's here, if he can get in this time. I sent him a text that said, please try again. I'm trying to look for my Zoom here. Oh, Chrissy, I didn't make you. Are you going to be on the Goya calls here in 15 minutes, Christina?
No, I'm done for the day.
Okay.
I was on support earlier.
So what I'm going to do here is, oh, good. Douglas, you got in. Excellent. I don't know, it was the internet or something, but there's only a couple of us here. And I know I've gone over this with you already, Douglas, but we're showing Carol how to do her backup. Okay, so I'm going to back up my page right here. It's Pet RX. So what I was going to show Carol here and anybody else that watches this video, you got to go to your drive. Okay, so the way you go to your drive, you sign into your Google account. I happen to have two of them. So this one here is one of mine that I don't use that much, so I'll put it in here. No, I want to put it in my backup actually. So I need to go to my correct Google account. All right, so I go to my Google and I get to the one that's my business account. And then I click on the 9 dots and I get to drive. Now, if this icon is down here somewhere, you can drag it up here so it's up towards the top.
Oh, I was just ready to ask you that, how you got it up there.
Yeah,
Mine is down below.
You can left click on it and move it around. See, I could move you to. So
Oh,
these are the
cool.
ones that I'm using all the time. And yeah, so now you know you can have it up at the top because some of these other ones we're not using at all. At any rate,
Right.
that answers that. So you go to the drive.
Yeah.
Right? And this is now I have a lot of different folders in here because I've been using this for a long time. But right here is my backup folder, and you should have a backup folder that.
Yeah, I've already made my folders.
Okay, so you made
a lot
your
of my folders.
folders.
Well, no, I haven't made all my folders. I was following Sheila's
Training
thing for a while, but I got lost. I just couldn't figure
Okay,
it.
well, I'll go slow here.
That's fine.
I don't want to use Gemini right now. Okay, so if you see, here's the navigation across the top.
Right.
Okay. So I'm inside this folder right now. So if I go back to my higher level, that's my drive, the very beginning spot. And then it was this folder, and numbers come. These are alphabetized, so numbers come before letters. So I should have one here. After I open this up, if I created all of my folders for my different categories, I should have one for pets and their needs right here. So were you able to create these folders for your different categories?
Not yet.
Okay, so that the way you
We
do
were just doing one for the wines, and it's what we were doing right then, and I don't think we got into all the other categories yet. Into that.
Okay, well, let me explain to you what you're going to do here. You're going to just create a folder for, well, not for these first three, they'll all be in one,
Right.
one folder. Then you'll make one arts and entertainment, one folder for beauty and cosmetics, one folder for blockchain, all the way down, and you'll make a folder for pets and their needs, or I have one. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's very simple to do once you get your folders set up. So you're higher level. Now I'm in this folder. So now I need to open up pets and their needs. Here comes Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. Did you get in?
Yep, looks like it.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was trying to figure out how to make you co-host. I need to be seeing the participants to do that. Anyway. Shoot now. Mess this thing up. All right, get this out of my way. So I'm going to go to pets and their needs right here. And I know I don't have anything in there, so this is when you have an empty folder. Okay, so I want to do this pet RX page. I moved it over here. So the pet RX is here. Oh, shoot. I have to log in. You can't do anything when you're not logged into your website. So what I did, just so I'll have a quick, is copied that address bar. Yes, if you ever see this, just say this email is correct. PBS1@Brunette Marketing. Okay. Now I can just paste that URL in there and it'll take me back to the page, only I'll be logged in. Okay, so here's the edit page right here. And the title, of course, is the Pet RX is making pet care affordable. And so that's what I'm going to title my document. All right, so I'll go ahead and click on edit page. Doesn't really matter. Now in my drive, I need to create the document that I'm going to save the information on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on new, and then I'll come down here to Google Docs, and I'll click on blank document. All right, now I'm going to do it this way, and then I'll explain why. The first thing I do, I go back to my page, and my page here, copy this title, all right? Because there's really only 4 components to your backup that you need, and I'll explain 5 components, I think it is, but we'll know in a minute. Anyway, so I'm copying that onto my clipboard. Control C is that command for that. Now I'm going to go back to my untitled document, and I'm going to paste this in here, but I want to paste it without any formatting because the title has formatting. So paste without formatting. And now when I click on right here where it says untitled document, it's going to name this document that title. I don't have to type that yet. Okay, so that's just a little trick. Now I have a name for the title. So whatever you put in the very beginning of your document and you click there, it'll name it that, and you can edit it. You could change it to whatever you want. There's no save button in Drive, so it just saves it.
To type it in.
You don't have to type it in. No, it just saves a step.
Yeah,
Okay?
cool.
So this is the title. So I'll call this title TITLE and colon, and that's that. All right. So then I'm gonna hit enter, and the next thing we're gonna put in here is the key phrase, and I'll put colon. And usually my key phrases are, and yours too, are the same as the slug, but not always. So I just do both. So click on Yoast and click in here and do Control A, Control C. That's my focus key phrase. And go back to my document and paste that there. Okay, then hit enter and then put slug. I know it is the same. It's just going to be with a dash, but I'll show you where you find the slug. So you come back here to your page, you scroll down to the bottom here, and where you see the SEO down here, this is the focus key phrase. And right here is the slug, which happens to be the same. Control A, Control
Got
C.
that part. I got that part and getting the meta. I did get that much.
Okay, good. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and do my whole thing and I'll walk you through it. Somebody else might want
Okay.
watch this video sometime, right? So
But
now
that's okay. Yeah.
we're going to paste that there. And now I'm
Mhm.
going to type in meta. And I usually put an enter after that. So the bottom line is, this is the meta description. Control A, Control C. Come back to my PetRx document and paste that. Control V and enter. And now what I do is I type in content and colon, enter, and come back to my page. Now this is the part that might be a little tricky, but it's not. These three dots, if you see my screen, okay, it's these three dots.
Uh-huh.
You click this and I come down here to code editor and click that. And
Okay.
then you click inside this blue box. This is the code. And if you hold the control and type the letter A, it'll select everything within that box. And then hold the
Okay.
control and type the letter C, it'll copy it all. Come back to your document and paste that in there. Control V is paste. And that's as simple as it is to do a backup. Now I can recreate this page right here. Oh, then you go back and click on exit code editor right here.
Right.
And since I didn't make any changes, I can view it without saving it. And that's as simple as it is. So you just basically follow that.
Yeah, because it was a lot more confusing before.
And when Rory does it, you'll see him when he's modifying his pages, he's going back. So let's say I came here and I made an edit, right? Let's say I decided I wanted to change something on this page. Hang on just a second, it's got to load. So I made an edit just for giggles, right? Let's just say I changed some things, maybe a picture, who cares, whatever it is. I'm just going to show you an example. So then what you do is you do this, and then you do the control code editor again, and then you do Control A and Control C. And this time, when you go back to your document, you want to select all of this old code. So
Uh-huh.
I'll show you a cheat way to do it. If you click right here where the beginning of the code is, right here, the beginning of the content, I usually like to put a space here. So the content starts right here. That's and then you do Control Shift End on your computer, it'll grab everything. And then you can just do Control V. And then you won't erase.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Control plus what?
Yeah. So you click ahead of your content that you want to select right here.
I'm sorry, Gregory. One more time. The control and then what? N and what?
No. So I'm holding down the control, and then I'm going to
Uh-huh.
also hold the shift.
Oh, the shift. Okay.
And now
Uh-huh.
I'm going to type the letter N and the key that says end. There's
Okay.
in the top right, you have two keys. One says home and one says end. Correct? On your
Oh,
keyboard?
end.
End, E-N-D.
E-N-D. I thought you were saying the letter N. Okay.
No.
Control shift N.
And then when you type the end, it
It
selects
takes it
everything
off.
from where your blinking
Cool.
cursor was to the end of the page. So that way you're not going to be, because otherwise you'll overwrite all of this stuff that you don't need to overwrite because we didn't modify that. Does that make sense? Or
Right.
you could click here and start dragging down. This is the way most people do it. They click and hold their mouse key down.
Yeah.
So either way it does it. You just got to highlight all this. So when you paste
Yeah.
your new
But it takes
code,
a lot longer.
yeah,
Yeah.
it takes longer. I just showed you a little shortcut. That's all. But
I
the
appreciate that.
bottom line is when you paste your, see, I didn't continue until I got it all, but I could actually do it. I mean, all you have to do is come down here and then hold the shift key and click, and it actually will gather the rest. So it's all selected.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's some tricks that I happen to know about shortcuts. So yeah, the easiest way probably in the beginning. But my point is this, Carol, you don't want to go ahead and try and figure out which piece of this code you modified.
Okay.
Once you do this, make modifications to your page, just go and overwrite your backup with the new
Right.
code. And then you'll
Right.
have a good copy that will take you back to where you left off. And if worst case scenario, you forgot to do that, well, then you'd have to make the same edits when you recreated your page, that
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Because you'll have that.
Right. Yes, I
You'll see
understand.
Rory do it that way, and I'm pretty sure that's how he does it. He just clicks here and drags, holds down the mouse button and drags down on it. But
Yeah.
I don't do it that way because I know tricks. So I mean, you can click here and then leave your cursor blinking right at the beginning where you want to highlight it. See that?
Uh-huh.
And now scroll down to the end of the content right here,
Uh-huh.
all the way down here. Hold the shift key again and click, and it'll grab everything between. Okay, so
Huh.
I highlighted everything except for that top information.
Right.
So, because I started out by clicking here. So shift click.
Right.
So you can shift click anywhere for precision selections. This is something I like to teach people because it comes in handy. You can shift click this, or you could shift click whatever. It'll grab whatever's in between. Okay, so if I blinking there and I wanted to replace this, I could just shift click there and to get that much. So that's shift click on shortcuts on how to use your key. I look at it this way: the more I use my keyboard, the less I have to use the mouse, the faster it really moves. And it is true. So learning shortcuts is you can't learn them all in one time, but you over the time you're doing this, eventually you do start to learn each one of them. But yeah, so that's what you would do. You just overwrite this. Now, remember, there's no save button. Okay, so I could just go ahead and close this. Now, when I come back to my category, this right here is where that document I just created is. And so Google Drive saves the documents automatically. All right,
I
so
knew that was the weirdest thing I had one
I
that
know
I'm supposed
takes some
to
time
save
getting
it.
used to that.
You
It's like,
always
wait a minute.
save it.
Yeah, I want to save it. I know
I
exactly.
know. And that was the hardest thing I got to when I was working with that Google
So
Doc. Just
now
like
here's
I
my
wanted to save
navigation.
it.
So I'm in my folder, pets and their needs, and then the higher
Okay.
level is here, and then my drive is here. So it really is that simple. I know
Mhm.
people get confused with that in the beginning. So I think it was valuable to spend that time with you. We may
Yes, I
share that
appreciate it.
video with some.
Greg,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
I've got more on that subject in a minute.
Okay. Well, I don't need to go anywhere, Douglas.
Okay. Well,
we'll
I just want to tell you, I'm finished modifying all my pages.
Oh, excellent. So you're ready to get, well, you know what?
Great.
I should probably stop my recording here and maybe we'll have two recordings. Hang on just a
Oh,
second.
yeah.
I think I got to go here to more and then stop.